it. It's Hicks. Stopped at the 26, brought it out in the end zone, picked up an extra yard. The Panthers offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. Time for an early look at one of our Heisman Trophy candidates. And while this award certainly caters to quarterbacks many times, Jesse, this guy's proven to be worth all the attention.
Yeah, he's delivering. And remember, David, there was a lot of preseason hype around this guy each and every week. This dude has been making big-time plays. To me, he looks much improved from a season ago, and he's got this offense rolling.
Yeah, and the quarterbacks touch the ball every play. Their stats are good. Rushing stats count. Touchdowns, obviously. So it gets inflated. But if he can keep this consistency, it's still early in the season. He's a guy that the numbers are looking really good, and that Heisman talk's going to get him.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. On target to the left. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big hit. Right into the marking down at the 28.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Looking for a man. It's Holstein. Got his man quickly. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. Look at this. This offense ain't scared. Right back on the ball. Ready to run another play. Ready to make this defense work.
And the Panthers racing to the line in the hurry up. Wants to throw it. Pressure. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's fourth down. And here comes the field goal unit. Oh, they blocked the kick. That's a live ball, and he breaks into the open. The 50. He's at the 40. At the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Offensive bunch formation. They'll start this drive with a pass. Got it in the middle, it's Hicks. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
A nice passing game on this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Trying to play action. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They got it at the 30. Pittsburgh going to work with the fresh set down.
It's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Back to pass, it's Holstein. Fires to McPhillips. And good coverage by the defense, just a short game. Pitt pushing the pace. Snagged in the middle, it's
do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
Number 91 sets the defense on the football.
Fielded in the end zone. It's McWilliams. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So Louisville's offense will have its first possession of the game. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse. It's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David. It's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed. He's got...
It's a running room. The 40. He's at the 30. The 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Louisville.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Nice job executing all these sides. They stop that return at the 22. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Dropping back, it's Holstein. Grabbed in the middle, it's Holmes. And he brought one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Hit it right back to the line.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for a quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
He's looking deep. And he reels it in inside the 30. Touchdown. And once he found open space, that man might as well start playing.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air. And this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them.
Set to kick it away.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it. And now, oh, he's got some space. The 30. He's at the slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
On the run from inside his own 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. If you like scoring, this one's for you. Already 21-14, and now they'll try to answer. Looking to pass. It's Holstein. Quickly to the tight end. Down a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. The Panthers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. It's reverse. He's going to lose a yard on that one. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on third. Pitt will have to boot this one away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Boy, both teams doing some early work, and now they'll try to add to this 21-14 lead. Handoff from the gun. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive line?
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Hines is tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that one.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Pass rush, that's there, that's home, gets him down at the 23. The Cardinals decide to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yard you can and help out the offense. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the field.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking downfield, it's Holstein. He'll off one deep down the left side. Pick up to stop the fight.
You know, as a defensive back, you want to force the quarterback to make plays way outside towards the sideline. That's a long throw. It requires a lot of arm strength and a lot of touch at the same time. Great job forcing the play out wide and making the big interception.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Trying to have a big completion here. Just a short pass to the tight end. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Love the coverage and not giving up an inch defensively. Their third down, smothering the receiver. As soon as he caught the ball, down he went. They've got this offense pinned.
This quarterback part of their running game. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. And the Cardinals will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain.
And he runs a quick out route. This is a timing route. The quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
And nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing those pads.
The Cardinals lining up, just needing a few tough hits. There he goes. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
Here comes the heat. Got it in the middle. It's Lacy. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to throw, it's Moss. A little screen to the running back. Inside the 30. Wide open space. Touchdown Cardinals! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Yeah, and that's a nice job selling it by the offense, dropping back, making it look like it's passed. That running back slipping out of the backfield, throwing him the football, getting a dynamic playmaker in space, and he says, I got this, I'll do the rest, and gets the touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he puts through the extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback ball down to the 45-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Gives it on the option. Spins away from the defender. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Pitt will line up to punt it away.
Number 91 on to kick it away.
No fair catches here, looking for room. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Louisville has it back, and the offense coming out ready to attack. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time. They had a much better field position this time around. Wants to throw. It's Moss. Bringing the heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort where the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Let's talk a minute about Louisville's new quarterback, Miller Moss. Last year, started 9 games in his childhood favorite, USC, before being replaced by Jaden Mayava. Now with the Bill, he fills a void and brings a gunslinger mentality, Jesse.
He has that gunslinger mentality. When it's going good, it's normally going really, really good, but he has to be able to avoid the mistakes. And let's not forget, he's got some pretty big shoes to fill, too. Tyler Shuck did some really good...
Throws toward the end zone. That falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their head. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
Leaves it with the running back. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Louisville! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14.
Reese, that's 3 for the young fella. I mean, this dude's smelling the end zone. Anytime he gets near it, you know he's going to lower his shoulder, do whatever it takes to get in the end zone. The hat trick, the 3rd touchdown.
The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score. And Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you've got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
Fires to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Pitt will have to boot this one away.
Number 91, on to punt it away.
He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. He's got great speed. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll try the run. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every day. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down.
Breaks into the open. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
To throw, it's Moss. Catch in the middle, it's Bell. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing 1st downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing 1st downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
And the Cardinals come to the line with a new set of downs. Off play action on 1st down. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. The Cardinals heading quickly to the line. Offense changing the play. Back to pass. He's got his man across the middle. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
These 3rd downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this 3rd down.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football, be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip into the secondary, make that big play.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the 1st half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Finds a tight end. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
Well, this offense told us coming in, they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm tap.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his 1st sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans. This offense better find out how to slow him down.
They stop him almost almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover. Pick up the first. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this third and long. Rush is on it. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. He boomed it through a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful leg. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. Here's the handoff. And this one will be stopped. No gain.
Great job of containing by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Back to pass, it's Moss. Steps away. He's going to take off. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Here we go. Wants to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Hughes. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And the Cardinals with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. It will kick off, ready to get things started here in the third quarter. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Trying to set the tone with the run. Got enough for the first. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. That's a way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got him downfield. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Well, you can see the effect that last run play had on the defense. They had a really good-looking run, and all of a sudden they come back with play action. Everybody bites. They play downhill, and it opens up a guy up top for the offense. Really nice job setting up that shot play to get an explosive one through the air.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense, and that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the...
Turning it on! They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Going to work on second down. Red zone is still down. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Louisville!
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. It's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I think the offensive coordinators are there going, thank goodness we don't play them every week. This defense has been suffocating. This offense got to find something moving forward that they can hang their hat on, some kind of identity. Today they were shut down, but listen, there's a game next week, right? Like, got to continue to find what it is that makes this team go, that makes them tick, that makes them get first downs and hopefully move the football.
That's reeled in. It's Williams. He's close to the first down, and they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Panthers really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. The shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display, and that sweet return there. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Give to Brown. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over a hundo on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more.
Oh, he's got some space. Never gives anyone a clean shot at it. He's down to the 34.
Guys at the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football. You can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
The Cardinals come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Off play action. Caught in the backfield, it's Brown. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Nice poise by the quarterback. Here's a big 3rd down throw, and you want to push the ball vertically down the field, but if the defense takes it all away, check the ball down. Get it to your running back and let him go do the work and move the sticks for him.
And the Cardinals have it with a 1st and 10. To the air, it's Moss. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Finds space on the right. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change it.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cardinal. I mean, the way this team has dominated this game, impressive to say the least.
And it's cool now because you're kicking the credit of them so bad, you start to put the backups in, and all them get to get juice and get to get some playing time, get some feel good. And the other side, well, they're just taking it right to the face.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. They'll go to the ground. Oh, what a move. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
They just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
They'll make the stop right there. Wins the change, and they have a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. Across the 50, knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Terrific job getting through him. There was nowhere to go.
And tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Off the play fake. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
That is one when they watch film next week that receiver is going to wish he had back. That quarterback had all day to throw the football. That was basically 7-on-7. There was no one near the QB. Receiver's got to make the catch.
A strike downfield. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to 21. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Motion from the wideout. He wants to throw it again. Caught over the middle. It's Johnson. And a good job in coverage there. They stop it after just a few. Pittsburgh trying to put a touchdown on the board in this red zone trip. Looking to throw, it's Holstein. Unloads to the wideout. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Quarterback's ability to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 9th. There he goes. Got to be smart, patient, quick vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29. On the run, the Cardinals have a lot of options on second and inches. Brown has it. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
Ready? They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Gonna take a shot. Hits him inside the 20. Still going. Touchdown, Cardinals! He got a step and just dusted the field. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far. And if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot. And this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that.
He's practice against air, chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. The give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. That's the end of the quarter, and Louisville has the edge. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the third quarter stats will show you. So we open the final period with a third down play. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Pitt will line up to punt it away. That leg is staying loose, already the 5th kick of the night. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
They'll give it to the back. Gets it past the marker. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Got it. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Dances away to buy time. Fires to the tight end. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. After the miscue, 1st and 15 for this offense. Leaves it with the back. Jukes his way for more. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Moss. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Man, and that's just making it way too easy on the defense. They're laughing at that short. They're like, really? Okay, we'll just make an easy tackle with jog our punt return team out on the field. We're going to make it that easy for us.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Might be changing the route. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Hauls it in, the first down and more. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47.
Now, what a great second effort by the receiver there. Catches the football. He knows he's got to get some yards to get that first down. Nice job understanding that, getting to the sticks and getting the first down.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You've just got to execute. You've got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And the Cardinals are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Fires to the big fella. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds at the 34. Lining up from the 34 on 1st down.
Get set, get set.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Pulls it in, it's Brown. There he goes! Touchdown, Louisville! And give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Rides to back and leaves it. He's past the 30.
Yeah, and a nice big pickup on the ground. Could have used some of this earlier in the game. Are you calling runs at this point?
No, I think they're a little bit more aggressive, throwing it. I think part of it right now is because the defense, they've got the lead big. They're just playing a little bit more zone, a little bit more prevent. They're fine letting this offense just chip down the field, but they're wasting time off the clock.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Puts it out of the air. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. They're going to the line after getting another first down. The RPO fired completely back. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Now on second down. Looking to fire. It's on target and complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. The Panthers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Fires to the right. Makes a connection. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. Coming up. Just keep swinging it. Grab it's Robinson.
And that's a situation right there where the quarterback is just taking what the defense gives him. The defense is taking everything way down the field. Just take the easy throwing.
They believe they can run right here. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. Second down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss. They completely flip the script, almost a guarantee.
Deep shot for the end zone. And that ball is in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. So they'll send out the field goal unit. Might want to muster up that protection. They had one blocked earlier. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. But now there's a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that's about.
Roughing the kick.
Can't make contact with the kicker like that. A costly special teams penalty. You've got to know your path in front of the kicker. Offense comes back on the field. The defense just gives back its mini victory of forcing the field goal try with the roughing the kicker penalty, and now they'll have to come up with a stop in the red zone. Off the play fake on first down, the throw. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Going to swing it on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Lee. I'm sorry, you are likely to win the game, but here's a fabulous play. A late touchdown.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. That's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that. Put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the ACC, fellas. North Carolina is being humbled today. There's just no other way to say it. A complete and thorough thumping in Chapel Hill. They're trailing by 24 to SMU. any big changes in this ACC clash, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Breaks into the open. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
Ready,
It's
set.
1st and 10 from the 31. Smart move to keep it on the ground.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to coaches coming in the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Quickly out to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
The Cardinals come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Scanning the field, it's Moss. Makes the grab. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
Awesome job there on 3rd down by the QB, working through his progressions. He wanted to go downfield, but the defense took everything away. So his eyes come down, he finds the drag route underneath, makes a good throw, and his guy does the rest to pick up the first.
Trying to make magic with his feet. Complete to the right. After the filthy move, he's got room. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add their total.
And the offense takes control of this football game. I'll tell you what, this offense doesn't wow you in every position. They've got some good players. They find a way to put drives together. They find a way to score. But this team is undefeated. This team is a force to be reckoned with, continuing to stay undefeated.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cover the final 54 yards with the explosive play in the passing game for 6. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we had just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You've got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
Grab in the backfield. It's Turner. The defense will take a timeout. 25 seconds left to play.
And listen, that's not a surprise. Obviously, they want to throw the football on 3rd down to try to get a 1st down, but it got absolutely nowhere. Great job by the defense rallying up and actually getting a tackle for a loss.
He gets a block. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return.
Okay, ready?
Back to throw, it's Moss. He unleashes a long one. He caught it. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Holding. Offense.
There are penalties you sort of forget about, and others that sort of stick with you for a while. You get a play like that wiped out, that one's going to linger. He's going for the big play. Hits him in stride at the 10. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown. Timeout on the field and 4 kicks left to go.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback.